In this exercise, we will learn how to pre-compose and we will create this animation. I go to After Effects, New Composition. I'm gonna choose the same preset, this one, and I want the duration to be 10 seconds. I click on OK, right click, import file. I go to exercise 20. I select all the elements and click on import. I'm gonna start by dragging and dropping the background like this. I'm gonna bring the cow body, the cow head, and the cow tail. I'm gonna zoom in so I can see clearly. I'm gonna place the tail right here, and I'm gonna place it under the body like this. I need the head first and then the body, and after that the tail. I'm gonna place the tail right here, and now I'm gonna animate the tail and the head. I'm gonna start with the tail. I click. I'm gonna press R to bring the rotation, but first I need the anchor point tool, and I'm gonna move the anchor point right here. I need the rotation to be done around this point, and now I'm gonna click on the stopwatch right here. I'm gonna go back to selection tool. I click on the stopwatch. After 1 second, I'm gonna change this value. I click and drag. Okay, I'm gonna type -60 like this, and then I want the tail to go back. I'm gonna move to 2 seconds right here. I'm gonna take this keyframe, Control C and Control V to paste, and now we get this movement goes up and then down. I'm gonna go to 3 seconds. I'm gonna select these two keyframes now, Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Now we get the same movement twice like this. I go to 5 seconds, Control V to paste one more time, 7 seconds, Control V, or I can select 4 keyframes, Control C to copy and Control V to paste, and now we do it quickly like this. Let's play. This is exactly what we wanted. Now I'm gonna animate the head. I go to the cow head, R to bring the rotation. I put the playhead right here. I'm gonna start at 20 degrees. Start at 20 degrees like this. I think I'm gonna put the head a little bit lower like this, and if I move, Control Z to go back. I start at 20 degrees. I click on the stopwatch. After 2 seconds, I'm gonna click here and type -20. Press enter, and now we get this movement. I want the head to stay like that for 1 second. I'm gonna Control C this keyframe and Control V. Now there's a tilt in the head that lasts 2 seconds and then stays in this position for 1 second, and then I want the head to go back again. To do that, I'm gonna put the playhead right here after 2 seconds, select this keyframe, Control C, and then Control V. Now we get this movement, stops, goes back. I want the head to stay like that for 1 second. I can copy and paste this frame, or I can simply click here, add keyframe at current time, like this. I'm gonna move the playhead to 8 seconds. I'm gonna take this keyframe, Control C, and then Control V to paste. We get to this movement. And I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Or maybe I'm gonna add one more keyframe here. I'm gonna take this one, Control C to copy, and Control V, like that. Let's play the entire animation now. I think this looks good. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select the 3 parts of the cow. I click here, Control, I select this part and this part also. The 3 parts are now selected. And here's what I'm gonna do. I right click and go to pre-compose. I click on pre-compose, new composition name. I'm gonna name it cow, like this, and click on OK. And now we no longer have 3 layers. Now we only have one new composition called cow right here. And if we double click, we can access this new composition that we created, and inside we find the 3 parts we had earlier: the tail, the body, and the head. We can close this composition from here like this and go back to comp 1. We also have the same composition that we created right here called cow. We can access it from here. I can double click and access the composition from here and close like this. I go to comp 1, double click, I open it, and now we're back here. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select the composition of the cow and I'm gonna scale it down. I press S, I'm gonna try 50, like this, 50%, and I'm gonna place this cow right here. I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna duplicate it several times. Of course, from here we have the cow composition. I can drag and drop once again and bring the cows like this. It's possible. I'm gonna delete these 2 and I'm gonna duplicate the scaled down version of this cow. Control D to duplicate. And I'm gonna take this copy, put it right here. Control D, I'm gonna put this one in the middle right here. Control D again, duplicate. I'm gonna put this one right here, and Control D one more time. I'm gonna put this one right here. Now we have 5 cows like this. If I double click on the cow and, for example, I move the head here and I move the tail here and then go back to comp 1, I notice that the changes have been applied to the others. I go back, Control Z, Control Z. I go to comp 1, and now I'm gonna bring the UFO. I drag and drop like this. I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna put the playhead at 2 seconds. I press P to bring the position, and I'm gonna click on the stopwatch. I move by 2 seconds. I move to 4. I take the UFO from here to here, and after 1 second, after 2 seconds, I'm gonna create a new keyframe like this. I want the UFO to stay here for 2 seconds, and then after 2 seconds, I'm gonna take the UFO from here to here. I want it to completely disappear. Like this. I'm gonna press Shift and S to bring the scale. I put this on 4 seconds. I click on the stopwatch. I'm gonna go to 6 seconds. I create another keyframe here, 100%. Now I'm gonna go to 2 seconds and type 0%. I go to 8 seconds here, and I'm gonna type 0%. Let's see what result we get. I'm gonna modify the motion path a little bit. I'm gonna take this point here and move this handle a little bit like this, and click on this point. I'm gonna move it up here a little bit and move the handle like this. Let's see how the animation looks. I think this looks good. Maybe I'm gonna put this a little bit down here and this a little bit down here. I think this looks good. Now, from 5 seconds to 6 seconds, I want the cow to go up in the air. 5 seconds. I go to the cow in the middle, which is this one. I'm gonna press P, click on stopwatch, move by 1 second, and I'm gonna take the cow a little bit up like this. Let's see the animation. And after this point, I want the UFO to take the cow and then go away. To do that, I'm gonna place the cursor right here. The cow is in the air. Layer selected. I go to Edit and then Split Layer. Now I'll go to this part of the layer and I'm gonna parent it to the UFO like this using the pick whip. I parent it to the UFO, and now when the UFO moves and scales down, the cow moves as well, as you see. That's exactly the result we wanted. I'm gonna play the entire animation now. And now the exercise is finished. You go do the same and don't forget to save.